Lewis Hamilton claimed his first victory for Ferrari after an aggressive strategy paid off at the Barcelona Grand Prix. Championship leader Kimi Antonetti dramatically retired late. Hamilton drove superbly in a high tyre wear race to take his first Grand Prix victory since his last triumph for Mercedes in July 2024, with George Russell taking second place from Lando Norris in the first all-British podium since 1968. Mercedes had no answer to Hamilton as the Ferrari driver capitalised on the fortunate timing of a mid-race VSC and used his tyre prowess to become the 7th older race winner in F1 history at 41. Smart decision making from Ferrari to effectively undercut Russell at the second round of pit stops, coupled with Hamilton's driving, provided the opportunity to win, and the 7-time world champion took it by running away in the last part of the Grand Prix on fresher tyres. An emotional Hamilton said on the radio, "You helped me achieve this dream, and I can't thank you enough. Thanks for everyone pushing so hard back home. I'm so proud of you. To my family, I love you. To my fans, thank you for continuing to remind me who I am. I couldn't have done it without you." Hamilton's 106th career win and means he's 41 points behind Antonelli in the Drivers' Championship, and the Mercedes driver retiring 4 laps ago as his car shut down when running in second. Anthony had just overtaken teammate Russell after a dicey battle, but that closes his championship deficit to 50 points. Norris, who like Russell failed to score points at the last 2 Grand Prix, claimed his second podium of the season. McLaren had a more competitive showing than the last 2 rounds. Charles Leclerc suffered a late steering issue, went on course for a top 5 result as his disappointing run of form continued. Max Verstappen finished 40 seconds behind Hamilton on his way to 4th, with Red Bull teammate Isaac Hadjar in 6th, behind Piastri in 5th. Alpine enjoyed their double points result of the season, with Pierre Gasly in 7th and Colapinto in 10th. He crossed the line in 8th but suffered a 10-second penalty for failing to slow under yellow, dropping in behind the 2 Racing Bulls. Mercedes they were won all Grand Prix this season and were favourites to maintain that 100% record, with tyre wear expected to suit them. The start was rather tame as the top 5 all remained in their position. It looked like Russell may well cruise away, but Ferrari decided to go on the front foot, pitting Hamilton, who started on the slots with the Mercedes on mediums, quickly on lap 12. They forced Russell and Antonelli to pit earlier than planned, so they didn't lose position. With the front runners hard on the hards, Ferrari went aggressive again by pitting Hamilton for a second time on lap 28, and this Mercedes were happy for Russell to be undercut by his former teammate. This proved to be crucial. While Hamilton was flying on new medium tyres, Russell started to struggle with his tyres and came under threat from Antonelli and Norris behind. They pitted on lap 37 and lap 38 respectively to begin their second half chase of Hamilton, but on lap 41 Fernando Alonso stopped at the side of the track, which caused the VSC. It couldn't have come at a better time for Hamilton, as he was able to pit and come out in the lead, and he lost less time than his rivals by pitting during the VSC compared to green flag conditions. This meant he had track position and fresher hard tyres than Mercedes for the remainder of the race, allowing him to power away from to secure one of the most famous victories of his career. A huge gratitude to everyone here, my team at Ferrari, everyone back at the factory, Fred for believing me and bringing me to this team. I started out with a dream which seemed almost impossible during my last time last year, but we never gave up hope and continued to lift me up. We had so many changes and we made so many improvements. On top of that, I've got the greatest fan base the sportsman could ever ask for, and thank you to everyone. Adding Ferrari is what he wanted when he was younger, watching it on TV, and I was always been racing here. I'd always watched the screens and wondered what it'd be like to win in that car, and today it came. Behind Hamilton, Russell started to lose time to Antonelli again. The Italian took advantage of a brave move down to turn 1 with 5 laps remaining, but Antonelli came to a halt a lap later with another suspected PU issue in what could be a decisive moment where Hamilton reminded everyone he's still one of the top drivers on the grid. And before I go, the classification from this race, an all-British top 3, quite incredible. Lewis Hamilton, what an incredible drive. That pace from the Ferrari, I think he would have had it even covered without the VSC. So yeah, incredible job from them. And Ferrari, can they continue that now? That's the big question. Russell in second, I think will probably be a bit frustrated with his pace today compared to Hamilton and Antonelli, but still decent points, and closing on Antonelli with his DNF. Norris in third, I think, McLaren's pace wasn't too bad. They stuck to Mercedes, so I think they'll be relatively pleased with that. Verstappen kind of in no man's land, which be disappointed. Piastri just didn't really have the pace of his teammates, so he'll be, I think, pretty disappointed. Hadjar made up for a disastrous start, but still well off the rest of the front runners. Gasly in 7th, really good points for him. He'll be delighted with that on a weekend where maybe they weren't as great. VCARB once again bringing home consistent points. They'll be really pleased. Colapinto, I think, to get in the points he'll be happy with, but yeah, so frustrating. With that penalty, and then you've got Bortoleto just missing out again. It seems to be Audi's favourite position, P11, so frustrating for them. And then you kind of got the Williams and the Hasses, who just really hadn't had the pace this weekend. Perez as well in 14th, and then of course Leclerc. I mean, it wasn't his fault today, but yeah, just didn't really seem to have Hamilton's pace this weekend. So yeah, Max are drawing board for him. He'll be super frustrated with that, as will Antonelli, so close to making it to the end as well. And yeah, just too many reliability issues for Mercedes at the moment. They've got to sort that out. Tough weekend for Behrman and Albon. Alonso at his home race, such a shame. And then, yeah, like I say, Bottas job, but Hulkenberg, I mean, yeah, he's just having no luck, isn't it? It's such an unfortunate DNF, and, you know, still got no points. And I just don't think that's through any fault of his own. So yeah, super frustrating for him.
Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily F1 news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.